Cyberpunk 2077 is more than a neon-drenched open world. It's a layered narrative about power, identity, and the price of ambition in the future ruled by machines and megacorps. In this video, we'll break down the game's most pivotal elements: the rise and fall of Night City, the wars raged in boardrooms and back alleys, the legend of Johnny Silverhand, and the haunting question of what it means to live in a world where your mind can outlive your body. From the Blackwall to Mikiashi, from chrome stack gangs to digital ghosts, this is the complete story behind Cyberpunk's 2077's chaotic world and the mercenary trying to survive. Night City was born from the vision of Richard Knight, a dreamer who sought to create the ultimate urban utopia. In the late 1990s, the city rose from the California coast, fueled by corporate investments in cutting-edge technology. Yet, this dream quickly became a nightmare. Richard Knight's assassination in 1998 plunged the city into chaos as criminal syndicates seized control. By the time corporations wrested it back, the damage was done. Night City became a battleground for power, its skyline a symbol of corporate dominance and human despair. The city thrives on inequality, where the elite live in luxury while the masses scrape by in the shadows of their own towns. The foundation of Cyberpunk 2077 is built on the fallout of corporate wars as a series of global conflicts fought not by nations, but by mega corporations. The fourth corporate war, the most devastating of them all, reshaped the world. Arasaka and Militech clashed in an apocalyptic struggle that left cities in ruins and economies shattered. In Night City, this war accumulated in the bombing of Arasaka Tower, an event that forever scarred the skyline and its people. The aftermath solidified Arasaka's reputation as a tyrant cloaked in technological brilliance. Meanwhile, Militech's aggressive tactics cemented its place as Arasaka's main rival, fueling a Cold War that still burns beneath Night City's neon glow. Johnny Silverhand was more than a rocker boy. He was the voice of a resistance. Born Robert John Linder, he became a symbol of an anti-corporate rebellion through his band Samurai and his fierce rhetoric. His hatred for Arasaka reached its peak after they targeted someone he loved, Alt Cunningham, brilliant netrunner caught in their schemes. In 2023, Johnny led an assault on Arasaka Tower, his final act of defiance. It came at a cost. Though his body was lost, his consciousness survived, preserved on an experimental biochip known as the Relic. Johnny's legacy lives on, not just in Night City's music scene, but as a digital ghost, an icon of a rebellion that refuses to fade. The Soulkiller is more than just a program. It's a philosophical battleground. Originally developed by Alt Cunningham, this software can digitally replicate a person's consciousness while also erasing their physical mind. Arasaka weaponized it to create anagrams, digital copies of people stored within Mikiashi servers. The Soulkiller raises profound questions about the identity and existence. Is an anagram truly a person, or is it just a shadow of one? For Johnny Silverhand, it's a curse. For Arasaka, it's a tool. And for V, it may be the only path to survival. Mikiashi, the digital vault that holds 3 anagrams, becomes both a sanctuary and a battlefield in war for the soul. One of the most tragic twists in this story is Alt Cunningham's fate. After Arasaka used Soulkiller against her, her consciousness lived on in the net, independent, powerful, and no longer entirely human. Her digital self would go on to play critical roles in both Johnny's legacy and V's choices, blurring the lines between an ally and artificial intelligence. The net once promised unlimited possibilities, but after Rogue AI's wreaked havoc, it was sealed off by the Blackwall, a digital barrier created by Netwatch. Beyond it lies chaos, unpredictable artificial intelligence, lost knowledge, and forbidden power. The Voodoo Boys, a gang of netrunners, seek to breach the Blackwall to harness its secrets, while Netwatch fights to keep them contained. For V, it's a gateway to knowledge and danger alike. The deeper they go, the more they realize that the greatest threat may not come from corporations, but from the digital minds we can no longer control. Night City's streets are controlled by gangs, each reflecting a different side of its broken society. Maelstrom is obsessed with body modifications, pushing cyberware to the extreme. The Valentinos follow tradition, mixing old-school loyalty with street-level ruthlessness. The animals rely on raw strength, throwing subtly aside for pure power. The Moxes, born out of rebellion, protect sex workers and the forgotten with fierce resolve. Each gang follows its own code, adding depth to the Night City's chaotic structure. For V, dealing with these groups, whether allies or enemies, can mean the difference between survival and oblivion. Outside the Neon City lies the Badlands, a desolate expanse ruled by the nomads, families of the wanderers who value freedom above all else. The Alcadedos and the Wraiths represent two sides of the same coin. One seeks community and resilience, while the other thrives on chaos and scavenging. Nomads live by different code, rejecting the corporate control of Night City in favor of independence and mutual aid. Their convoys travel the highways, salvaging tech, running supplies, and defending their own. Though viewed as outsiders, many nomads maintain strong bonds of loyalty, tradition, and honor. V's journey often intersects with the nomads, particularly Panam Palmer of the Alcadedos, whose loyalty and resourcefulness contrast sharply with Night City's cutthroat ethos. Together with Pam, V experiences a different way of life, one built on trust, family, and sacrifice. The Badlands serve as a stark reminder that even in the world dominated by technology, humanity's primal instincts for survival endure. It is in the dust and the silence beyond the city that V finds some of their most meaningful connections and their most difficult choices. Arasaka is not just a corporation, it's a dynasty. At its helm is Saburo Arasaka, a man whose obsession with power transcends death itself. Through advanced technology, Saburo seeks to achieve immortality, embodying the ultimate fusion of corporate greed and personal ambition. His children, Yorberno, Hanako, and Kai, each represent a facet of this legacy: rebellion, loyalty, and calculated control. Yorberno's defense sets the stage for the events of Cyberpunk 2077, while Hanako's quiet manipulation drives the narrative's deeper conflicts. Meanwhile, Kai's Arasaka's digital anagram represents the ultimate convergence of legacy, control, and technological immortality, one of the many pieces Arasaka moves in its pursuit of dominance. The finale of Cyberpunk 2077 is shaped by V's choices. Will they align with Arasaka, embracing the corporate machine to save themselves? Will they join forces with the rebels, risking everything for freedom? Or will they walk their own path, forging a legacy independent of Night City's power structures? Each ending reflects the game's central themes: the struggle for identity, the price of ambition, and the fragility of human life in a world dominated by machines. Whatever path V chooses, their story becomes the part of Night City's ever-evolving tapestry. Night City is a reflection of our own world. Its struggles mirroring the ethical dilemmas we face in an age of rapid technological advancement. In the end, Cyberpunk 2077 is a story of survival, not just one mercenary or one city, but of what it means to be human in an increasingly inhuman world. If you enjoyed this breakdown, check out my other lore deep dives. There's a lot more to explore. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out what's next in the world of gaming's most iconic stories. Remember as always, guys, dream big, game on, peace out.